I've seen so many videos out there about the best flagship phone, or the best budget phones under $400, or $300, or even $200. You know what I want to see? What can you get for under $100? Let's do this. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be making a series of videos here on XDA exploring this topic, going in depth into exactly what you should expect when you buy a sub $100 phone. To prepare for this, I spent quite a bit of time at both online and offline retailers, checking out phone specs, software versions, and so on, and I decided to put a few constraints on this experiment. Number one, the phone has to be under $100 before tax and shipping. Number two, the phone has to run the latest version of Android. At this point, that means Lollipop. I did decide to be a little bit flexible on the minor version, so it doesn't have to be 5.1.1 or anything. I figured Lollipop was a good baseline. And number three, the phone has to at least support 4G. So let's see how I did. There were actually a surprising number of phones that met all of those specifications, and I'll put a link down in the video description to the spreadsheet that I worked from if you'd like to check it out for yourself. But at the end of the day, I decided to pick these 4 phones as a representative sample of what's available, going from least expensive to most expensive. We have the AT&T Motorola Moto Ii, which was $75 from Best Buy, but you can find it other places online, of course. It comes with a 4.5-inch 540 by 960 display, the Snapdragon 410 quad-core processor, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of storage, a micro SD card slot, and a 2,390 mAh battery. Next, we have the Verizon Samsung Galaxy J1, which was $80 at Best Buy, and again, you can find it online as well. It has a 4.3-inch 480 by 800 display, that same Snapdragon 410 processor, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of storage, but I believe only 4 of that is accessible, a micro SD card slot, and a 1,850 mAh battery. The T-Mobile LG Leon was available for $90 from Best Buy. There are a bunch of these little LG devices roaming around with very similar specs on all of the different carriers you can think of, so you can sort of pick and choose there. But this one in particular comes with a 4.5-inch 480 by 854 display, the Snapdragon 410, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of storage, a micro SD card slot, and a 1,900 mAh battery. And finally, the Blue Studio C was right at $100 from Amazon. It has a 5-inch 1280 by 720 display, a quad-core MediaTek MT6582 processor, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of storage, micro SD card slot, but a whopping 3,000 mAh battery. On paper, all 4 of these phones are relatively similar in terms of specs, but they obviously come with some significant software differences. If you'd like to see the unboxings of all these phones, they are all available over on my channel, and I'll have links to all the videos down in the description. But in case you don't want to sit through all 4 of those videos, I'll be putting together a quick compilation video showing the highlights of all 4 of the unboxings that'll be coming out here on XDA. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to attempt to use these devices as my daily drivers as much as possible, and in the next few installments of this series, I'll be talking about their performance, the pros and cons, how well their cameras work, and finally, we will crown one of these phones the king of the sub $100 phones. Do make sure to click the thumbs up down below the video if you think that this is a good idea, click the subscribe button down below to be notified when these new videos release, and make sure to share this video with your friends over on Google+, Twitter, and Facebook if you really want to show your support. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.